Hey everyone, I'm Natasha. I am the Dopamine Stitcher here on YouTube. Welcome or welcome back to my Flosstube channel. I am here for Flosstube number 16. Quick disclaimer, you can probably tell I'm getting over a cold, so I apologize if I'm a little nasally or if I have to pause to cough or get a drink of water. Yeah, I was traveling last week. I had to go to Florida, which is a cross-country trip for me from California, for a work event, and it was really, yeah, it was. I have to say, it was pretty stressful. I didn't sleep very well. It was a whole thing. I had to. We had this awards show, so I had to get up. I co-host the show, so I had to present, and then we had like breakout sessions before the actual awards show, so I had to go lead one of those, and it was a lot for me because I don't consider myself a natural public speaker, so it's kind of nerve-wracking, and then to have to fly across the country and stay in a hotel and all that, it's yeah, it was a lot. So fortunately I picked something up. Yeah, it is just a cold though. My partner unfortunately has it as well, but yeah, he tested. It's not the flu or COVID, so it's just some kind of a bad cold. But yeah, anyway, I'm back, and I wanted to make sure to film today because I do have a lot to share. It's been about 3 weeks since I last filmed, and I don't know when I'm going to get to film again. It might be a while, and I'll get to why a little bit later in this video. So yeah, again, if you're new here, welcome. And if you're coming back, thanks for coming back and seeing what I've been up to in on my cross-stitching journey. I do have a lot to share. I have 7 projects that I have worked on, including one new start. So that's fun. And I have one that's actually very, very close to a finish. So I'm hoping, yeah, hopefully, well, I'll show you when I get to it, kind of plans for that. But yeah, so let's just get into the whips. Let me get my iPad out here. Hopefully the lighting is a little better today. I'm just terrible with figuring out lighting. I don't know how it works, but I put like a bright lamp in the corner up here, and it seems to work well. And it's also a very dreary day. It's pouring rain all day. And yeah, the weather kind of just suddenly turned this week into like winter, which, you know, for Southern California isn't so bad. But yeah, now we're seeing a lot of rain, and temperatures are dropping. So, okay, so first project I worked on, this one I just barely got a few more stitches into it after the last time I showed it. Last time I showed it, I had a big page finish, but I'm going to show you anyway because I do have it's like less than 200 stitches, but it's still progress, so I'm still going to count it as a whip to go through today. Anyway, I'm talking about my Magic Roses. So this is what it looks like when it's finished. It is artwork by Jenoviya Art and charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And I'm doing this 2/1 10 stitch on 25 count, and I will show a picture of what it looked like before, and I'll probably keep this picture up a little bit longer because that's pretty much what it still looks like now. I have it in the scroll frame here. I'm not going to take it out because I just don't want to. And there's only a few stitches that I added, so there isn't really much to see, like, see anyway. So here is kind of where it is. So I just went into the next page and started on the color that was the most used color. I think it's 814. And just kind of put a few in there. Sorry, you can see my needle sticking out there like it's going to stab somebody. But yeah, I got started. It was definitely kind of scary counting from the side there. And I was like, oh, should I not start with this color? Because, you know, maybe I should be more on the safe side and start in the other corner because it's easier to count. But I just counted and recounted, and I also just made sure that it lined up with the the page on top of it, like the colors that were in that bottom row on the page on top, I kind of cross-checked, and so I'm pretty sure it's okay. So yeah, that's where it is now. Going to be getting back to this one on Monday, and yeah, my plan is to finish one more page before the end of the year, and then it's going to go away until next year. So that was only 127 stitches I added. So now I have 160,927 stitches out of 320,000, and it is at 50.29%. So not much change there. This next one, lots and lots of progress on this. So I have a page finish. Just waiting for this to load up here. Okay. All right. So this is Kitschy Cute Collector, artwork by Aimee Stewart and charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. It is being done 1/1 full cross on 25 count. That's what it looks like, what it will look like when it's finished. Okay. And here, I put up a picture of what it was looking like before. I think I had just kind of gotten started on the page that I've now finished. And yeah, I'm excited to show this. I think it's looking so good. Okay, here it is. Look at that. It's lots done on there. And that shelf, the top part of the shelf is basically complete now. So I've finished up, I'm trying to zoom in here, the page with that like fish on top, and then the side part of the shelf, and then there's also like a painting on the wall with a peacock on it, and then there's some little figurines on the shelf on the bottom there. Finished all that, and yeah, it was a lot of confetti, but yeah, I just love it. I think it looks so good. Yeah. Oh, I just love this one so much. Okay, as far as stats, sorry, I have to move this down so I can also read the paper at the same time. I added 4,653 stitches. It's now at 119,798 out of 372,185. It's at 32.19%. So, yeah, I'm actually going to be putting this away until next year. So I'm kind of sad about that. It's like, because I kind of have a whole plan, which I'll go over like in a separate video, I think, before the end of the year. I've kind of mapped out my whole plan where I'll have like monthly goals, and then I'll have other whips that I'll like spin a wheel for when I'm done with those goals. But yeah, I think according to that plan, this one isn't going to come out until like March of next year. But that's okay, because, you know, all the pieces need to get some love. Okay. All right. So that's that one. And all right. So this next one has been my weekend piece for November. And it is this one. It's Under the Lollipop Tree, artwork by Magee and charted by Stitch is So Beautiful. That's the mock-up of what it'll look like when it's done. Sorry about the glare there. And this is also being done 1/1 full cross on 25 count Lugana fabric. This is in an illusion blue color. I'll put up a picture of what it looked like before. And here it is now. So I think I just worked on filling in this page. I think I finished the page that I was on before, and then I started here. So I started filling in this bird here. It's the last bird in this row, top row of pages. And then here, this is actually, this is the last page in the row. It's like it's actually a smaller size page. So I'm excited to get through the end of those and then start on the next row to have something different. So yeah. I added 2,680 stitches to this one, and it's now at 19,323 out of 120,000. It is at 16.1%. Let's come back up here. Yeah, I always like working on this one. It's just love the colors so much. It is quite a bit of confetti, so it's a little slow, but yeah. One thing I want to mention about this is that this chart, along with all other Lucy McGee charts, are retiring, I believe, at the end of the year from Stitches So Beautiful. So if you're interested, make sure to go grab it. Yeah, she has a bunch of pieces on there. They're all like this, it's like the same style. It's like the colorful like mosaics that kind of put together an image. And there's like, I think there's like a pretty lady in each one of them somewhere. Yeah, her artwork's really cute. I don't know if it's going to be offered anywhere else. This is the only charting company I've seen her artwork on, is Stitches So Beautiful. So, but anyway, if you want it, yeah, go pick it up. Go check out her art. I think it's until the end of the year. Don't hold me to that, but yeah. Okay. Next we have, this is another one that I show every time. This is a weekly piece. Weekly, I put in about 500 stitches a week. This is the piece. It is Abstract Eagle, artwork by Dean Russo and charted by Artecy. It's a mini version, and that's what it'll look like when it is done. And this is being done 2/1 full cross on 18 count dyed opalescent Aida. I'll put up a picture of what it was looked like before, and here we are now. So I was just filling in more on this page here. So that page is almost done. I think it has like less than 200 stitches left on it. And yeah, then I can move over to that other page in the row, and then we'll just have the bottom 4 pages left. So yeah, always love working on this one. And it is still on track to be finished in April of next year. So since the last video, I added 1,996 stitches. It's now at 26,369 out of 38,000. It is now at 69.39%. And a note about that, I'm not stitching the background. So that's inaccurate. I marked off all of the stitches that I decided not to stitch in the background. So anyway, there it is. Okay, so this next one, I wasn't planning on working on this month, but since it's a good piece to take like on a trip, because it's fewer colors, I decided to just take it with me when I went to Florida last week. You know, it's a long flight. It's a 6-hour flight. I think I had to change planes both ways, but yeah, there's plenty of time to like just sit there and do whatever. So I didn't have a book that I was like currently reading that I was really into, so I decided to do this. And it's the first time I ever brought cross stitch on a plane. Because I actually wasn't even sure if you could bring like the little scissors and the needles, so I had to look that up, and it was like, yeah, you can bring just like, you know, put it in like a little plastic case or something. And so I just brought like some mini scissors and yeah, just a couple of needles, and yeah, it was fine. Anyway, so this is the one I brought. It's the long dog sampler that I'm working on. This is the House of Fun. This is what it'll look like when it's finished. Okay. Right, and so this is being done. It's also 1/1 full cross on a 25 count Lugana in a silvery moon color, and using a variety of threads on this, which I'll point out in a second. I'll put a picture up of what it looked like before. And then now, so this is where I got to. So there's a lot of creases on there, so it's kind of hard to really see. But yeah, so I finished, I got to the end here. So this is the edge. I got this all filled in, and then I got to come back here, which I was excited about because, so this is one of the, I've shown this before, but there's like a little, a house here, if you can kind of see. It's supposed to be a house. I had used a different color that I decided I didn't like. It was like too light. So I decided to replace it with a bright yellow, a DMC 307. And so I was able to do that. And I was going to rip it out, and I sat down. I was actually I was in like the hotel room. Well, because I actually had to stay in a hotel near the airport before I left LA because I live so far from the airport. So I had to spend the night in a hotel and then take an early flight the next morning. So I was in a hotel the first night, and then I went to Florida and was 2 nights in that hotel. But in that original hotel, I sat down to try to rip it out, and I was going to replace it with a new color. I was just like, I just don't want to do this. I cannot. Ripping out is just so annoying to me. I was like, well, why don't I just go over it? Because it's such a light color that was underneath. So I just went over it with the 307, and I think it looks fine. I mean, yeah, I can't see anything underneath. It looks a little bit thicker maybe than it needs to be, but it's just one of the many things in this whole pattern. So I'm not going to stress about it if it doesn't look absolutely perfect. But yeah. And then the rest of it I did, yeah, on the airplane. So, how much did I do? I added 3,401 stitches, and now I have 19,734 out of 73,594. It is at 26.81%. And yeah, as far as all the threads, just give you a quick rundown. So I'm using, the border is, it's a Rainbow Gallery Petite Treasure braid. I don't know the name of the color, but it's just like a bright gold. And then I'm using Weeks Dye Works in Calypso for all of the large animals. That's the variegated, like multicolor thread that you see in there. I'm using Weeks Dye Works in Bubblegum for like everything that's not either an animal or a house or a boat or words. And then I'm using Bright Pink Krynic in Sweet Tart for all of the smaller animals. And then Krynic in Electric Apple for the wording up there, the Welcome to the House of Fun. And then I'm using, like I said, DMC 307 for all of the houses and the boats. So yeah. So the other thing with this one is I've been wanting to try to get it done next year. That's, you know, one of the goals I kind of came up with. Originally, I was going to try to get it done by like July, like mid-year, but there just is too many stitches left to be able to do that. So at this point, I'm not planning on taking it back out this year unless I get through all of my other goals on my other projects. If I have like time left over next month, I will take this back out. But if that doesn't happen, then I won't be taking it out until next year. And I calculated, let's say I want to finish it by next December, like how many stitches will I need to do each month? Right now, it's like I have to do about 4,500 a month if I want to get it done by next December, which could be doable. So I'm going to try that. But if that ends up being like too much and I feel like, all right, I'm not getting to my other projects that I want to work on, then I'll probably, you know, postpone the finish date. So we'll see, but that's what I'm thinking for now. I would like to get it done next year, but again, I also don't want to like burn myself out on it either. So, all right, so that is the story with that one. Next up, this is the one that is super close to a finish. And it is this one. This is Mexican Circle. It is from an Etsy shop called Counting the Stars. That's what it'll look like when it's finished. And this is being done 1/1 full cross on 25 count opalescent white Lugana. And I'll put up a picture of what it looked like before, and here we are. Here we are now. We're getting close. So I'm on the second to the last page, just filling that in. I think it's like, it's less than 1,000 stitches left. So it's definitely, it's like something that could be done in a day for sure. But this is just something I pull out like when I have some free time during the day. I don't really, you know, have like set goals on it. I just try to work on it like a little bit every weekday if I can, even for like 15 minutes. So since I last showed it, I added 1,460 stitches. It is at 11,755 out of 12,732, and it's at 92.33%. So I'm actually thinking I might try to finish this next week because I'm going to be, I'll get to this later, but I'm actually going to be back in another hotel in LA with my mom, who's flying down all next week. And what I want to do is I want to make this into a pillow. And I know that she has done some pillows from her cross stitch pieces before. So and she has a sewing machine. And so what I'd like to do is like finish it up during the week and then send it back with her. And then maybe she can make the pillow for me. She doesn't know this, but that's what I'm going to tell her when she comes. So yeah, so I might have my first finish, first of the year for sure, but I think first finish since like 2023 very soon. So that's exciting. All right, so those are the whips. Now I have my new start. Okay. Okay, so last time, my last video, I talked about a new game I was playing. This is just my own by myself game. I don't think anyone else is going to join in, which is totally fine. But I watch Bald Eagle nest cams, and I have a few new starts I wanted to plan over the next few months. And I thought a fun way to time the new starts would be when some of the eagle pairs lay their eggs and then put in a certain number of stitches for each egg that's laid. So anyway, if you want to get more information, you can look at the previous video about that. But one of the couples laid their first egg, so I started one of my projects. And so this was for, it's a couple in Southwest Florida, Fort Myers, Florida area. Yeah, they just go by the names M15 and F23. Like they didn't actually name the eagles like with pet names because apparently it makes you more attached to them, but I don't think people are still very attached to this pair, so I don't think it made a difference. They had a very sad year last year. They had 2 chicks that both died from the bird flu, and it was very sad. So this has been exciting. It's kind of a new beginning for them. I'm going to try it again, and hopefully there's not as much bird flu going around there. And so this piece that I'm doing in honor of them and for their first egg that was laid, I think it was this past Tuesday. I'm gonna have to put a picture up of this one because the file doesn't have a picture. I have a little story about that in a second. But anyway, this is Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Art is by Maria Abagnale, and it's charted by Sunflower Stitches. I am doing this 1/1 full cross on a white opalescent Lugana. And so I decided I'm going to do 300 stitches for each egg that's laid by the eagle pair. So far they've laid one. We're actually on watch right now for the second one, so I might be adding in another 300 sometime this weekend, so we'll see. And yeah, so I just put in my 300, and here's my little start. I'm not going to take it out of the hoop. So I started this in the top left corner, which I originally wasn't going to do because it's not really my favorite part of the chart. I was thinking about starting in the like bottom right so I can get to the girls like the sunglasses and the ring, and I love all that part in the middle. Like her face is like so cool looking and colorful. I was excited about getting to that, but no, I'm going to start up here. Just keep it, I don't know, just keep it simple. And there's some cute things on that page too. There's like a crab, and there's like colorful stones, and yeah, there's a lot of fun things on the chart. So yeah, that's where I started, and yeah, there we are. Okay. Yeah, and so the reason why there's no picture in here Originally, I uploaded the file that just said like the black and white version of the chart. So when I bought it, there was like 3 versions. It was like black and white, color, and then with PK. But I ignored that. I just didn't realize that was the one I needed to download to load it incorrectly. So anyway, I had downloaded the black and white version, just this one that said just like black and white chart, put it in markup RXP, and the symbols were just completely screwed up. Like I would highlight a symbol and it would just highlight like a whole bunch of different symbols everywhere. I was trying to like go back and do it manually and I just couldn't figure it out. So I actually reached out to Sunflower Stitches. They responded right away and they said, oh, did you upload the Pattern Keeper version? I was like, no, I didn't. So let me do that. So I did upload the Pattern Keeper version. Symbols are all good now. Everything looks great. The only thing is it doesn't have a picture in the file. So it's just, I think I can add one somehow, but it's just like gonna look, it just looks like this, you know, it's like the picture of the first page of the chart. So, but yeah, so I'll probably just have to add a picture of it whenever I show this project. So yeah, and then what, oh yeah, so it's 300 stitches out of 199,656,000 is what this piece has. It's 0.15%, so not very far. Okay, and that is all the stitching. Couple other things I wanted to talk about. I know that the Heaven and Earth Design Stitch Along has opened up. And that's, yeah, all the information about that has gone out. I have decided not to participate next year. And that's because, well, first of all, you know, I have all these other projects. I'm not planning to add in another like new start that I'm going to get like significant progress on. Like all my new starts are just going to get like a little bit of progress while I put more stitches into the more, you know, the whips that have been around for a while. So I'm not gonna, I wouldn't be following along with it. Like I wouldn't be keeping up with the SAL. Also, there's only one chart that I liked out of the collection that you could choose from, and it is the castle. It's called Fairy Tale from Dragon Muse. It's like a castle. There's like a close-up of a castle, and then there's another castle in the background, and it's super like detailed and yeah, it's definitely my style. I actually had that on my favorites list in Heaven and Earth Designs. So anyway, that was the only one I wanted. So I'm not interested in any of the other charts. The other thing that was appealing about it is you get an exclusive Aimee Stewart chart. And so that's obviously appealing. But it's like, well, you know, I mean, there's so many Aimee Stewarts to stitch otherwise. So I don't think, you know, unless it's like something where I'm going to feel really like that would have been the perfect chart. I don't know. So yeah, that was the other thing. And then I can't remember what the other prize was, but I don't know, it was also like $20 for that. And that's like more than even like a regular chart costs from HAED. And I was like, well, if the only reason I'm interested in this is because of that castle chart, that's available as a full size. I can always just buy that separately and stitch it if I want. So yeah, it wasn't worth it to me. So yeah, thought I'd give my 2 cents because everyone's been talking about their opinion and on the SAL and you know, what they're doing, their thoughts on it. So but yeah, I won't be doing it. I'm definitely excited to see others that are I know there's a few Flosstubers that are going to be stitching something from it. So I will live vicariously through them and excited to see their progress. What else? Oh yeah, another big piece of news in the Heaven and Earth Designs world. If anyone is on Facebook, you've probably seen this. This is wild. This is, they announced this huge trip. It's a cruise in, I don't know if it's just New Zealand or it goes like to Australia too, but it's like a cross-stitching cruise with Aimee Stewart herself and Michelle Sayetta, who runs Heaven and Earth Designs. Like a cross-stitch retreat on a cruise. And I saw that, I was like, oh my God, that looks in a dream world. You know, if I would say, like, in my mind, it was like, okay, if I was like, you know, if I didn't have a partner, if I just had 0 obligations, if I didn't have a job, and I just was independently wealthy and I could just have total freedom, oh, I'd be booking it, you know, but it's just, yeah, it's too much. And it's so far. I mean, and I always wanted to go to Australia and New Zealand. That is like one of the top travel destinations, but it's, you know, it's a really long trip. So, has to be planned out. And yeah, the cruise, I guess it's in 2027. And I read that it's already like halfway sold out. So if you're interested, you should go like get on it. I think if you just go to the Heaven and Earth Designs webpage, Facebook group, you can find it. Also, Aimee Stewart has been posting about it on her Instagram. I know it's being like run by some other company. I can't remember the name at the moment, but I think if you're interested, I think if you go to one of those places, you can find it. But yeah, apparently it's already halfway sold out. Also, I just can't plan that far in advance. I mean, I have no idea what I'm going to be doing in 2027. So yeah, but hey, that looks like a dream. I wish I could do it, but I won't be doing it probably. So if you are, please let me know. I will be very jealous. All right, so quickly before we go here, the non-stitching news. So my house update, I have a pretty big one. For those of you who've been watching along, you're probably very curious. Those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, I'm planning to move into a house in Los Angeles. I'm currently living like an hour and a half away up in the mountains, and been waiting to get into the house because it's my dad's house. He has had a tenant in there who just ended up like squatting there for months and months and not paying rent. So we had to evict them, went through a whole eviction process, which took a very long time. In California, it's very hard to evict someone, especially in Los Angeles County. So we had gotten our judgment from the court, like a court-ordered eviction at the end of August, sent it off to the sheriff's department, and they were just waiting the whole month of September and the whole month of October to just, like, they didn't do anything. We were told, nope, they're really backed up with other evictions. You have to wait. So finally, they finally did something. On November 3rd, they went and they posted the final notice to vacate. It's like a 5-day notice. So that was posted. And so we were like, yes, finally we're moving along here. And then so then after that, if the person still doesn't leave, which they haven't left, I went by the house right before I went to the airport last week, or before I went to the hotel, and then after that, the airport, last Tuesday night. And I saw she was just still like wandering around inside the house as if nothing was happening. So like, okay, well, we're just gonna have to wait till the sheriff comes. And then we had to wait for a lockout date. We thought that would take another 1 to 2 months. So I wasn't expecting that to happen. But yeah, we got a date and it's coming up this coming week. So I'm not going to say the date or the time because of just safety reasons. Yeah, so my mom is going to be flying into town Monday. We got a hotel there. We're going to go and we're just praying that everything goes smoothly, that they just go and they go tell this person to leave and they leave without too much of a fight, and that we can go, and then we have a locksmith like lined up, so they're going to change the locks, and then we can finally get the hell in there and get the work, figure out what needs to be done to the house before I move in. And yeah, and then we're looking at moving by the end of next month. So, and that's perfect because that's when our lease ends here at this current house. And so, yeah, there's gonna be a lot to do, and that's why I'm not sure when I'm going to film again. This is going to get really crazy. Just kind of coordinating, getting the house ready with contractors coming in and making repairs, and then also moving, buying furniture, coordinating all that. It's just going to be, yeah, it's going to be a lot. It's not my favorite type of thing. I'm very routine based and very, I don't like a lot of change. So it's going to be a challenge, I think, for my mental health, but it's going to be okay. I'm going to get through it. So yeah, that's what's coming up. But I do plan on at least coming back before the end of the year for like a year-end wrap-up video and to talk about 2026 plans. So I will definitely do that. Yeah, I'll just come back when I can. Final thing I wanted to mention, I am so close to 1,000 subscribers, like super close. So if you haven't subscribed yet and you like what you see, I really appreciate it if you would hit that button. Yeah, and also once I hit the 1,000 subscribers and when I come back for a video, I think I'm going to do a giveaway, like a lot of floss tubers do, which I think is just so awesome. And yeah, I think it's really fun when they do that. And I wanted to be able to do it as well to kind of, give back to all of you. I'll be doing a complimentary Heaven and Earth Designs chart of your choice. So yeah, let's get to that 1,000 so that I can do the giveaway. All right, well, I'm going to wrap it up here. As you can tell, I'm still not quite well, so I'm going to go blow my nose and get some water and put all this stuff away. So thank you all so much again. I hope you all have a nice rest of November. If you're in the US, happy Thanksgiving. Hope you have a nice Thanksgiving. That's coming up in a couple weeks here. And yeah, happy stitching, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.